sorry about that. My dog Ted has a slight aversion to motorcycles, and my dad was just taking his out today, so it's okay, we'll just begin again. Life happens, especially hard practicing yoga at home sometimes. And it's best if you can kind of just let the distraction be there and meditate and practice throughout it. But understandable when that's not possible. And if you don't have any extra pillows or blankets for underneath the elbows and you find they're hanging there, you can always just rest one hand over heart, one hand over the belly. This will help that pulling on the shoulder blades and collarbone as well. This is also a nice little posture. It's kind of like you're hugging yourself too, so a little added bonus. Great, so once we've been here for about 5 minutes at least, we're going to go ahead and transition to the next restorative posture. So because the body is already relaxing a bit now, we're going to move very slow. Think of molasses coming out of a jar. So nice deep breath in, we gather energy for that movement, and on the exhale, maybe we let the hands and arms come down to find the earth. Good, nice deep breath in. As you exhale, bend one knee at a time. Feet come to the earth. Next exhale, we'll give a little roll to one side. Knees lead, upper half of the body follows. Beautiful. So from here, I kind of just want you to move your hip up to the bolster. Nice. Blanket can come in handy here, or even a pillow can come in handy here for in between the knees. If the knees kind of stacked isn't comfortable for you here. And I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Take a lift with your opposite forearm and place it to the outside of that ramp. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, you're going to bring the other hand in front and slowly lower yourself down. If you find this tall ramp is a bit too much, too high of a setup, I want you to encourage yourself to exhale. Give a little press up. Turn this higher block over to that lower height and come back down and see if that's more comfortable for you. You can adjust these blocks a little further out. And just until you get comfortable here. And we'll hold this restorative posture for about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, until we switch to the opposite side. So just focus on your breath here. Nice, slow, deep breathing. Deep belly breaths. And by concentrating on and performing deep belly breathing, we're actually even massaging all of our internal organs. When we do deep belly breathing, we're encouraging all of the organs to function in their prime, allowing for 6 times more oxygen to enter the body to assist with all of the processes of the organs, all of their duties. You could always stay in a position longer if it feels comfortable for you, just stay. For video purposes, we'll begin to draw in energy through our inhale. Gathering energy into the arms so we can exhale and give a little press up. Good, nice slow mindful movements. Taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale, we'll first bring the knees up. We'll bring our sit bones back to center. Next exhale, we'll turn to the opposite side. Turn the hip so the hip bone is leaning up against the bolster. Nice deep breath in, reach back with your opposite arm. Front arm comes in front, and you lower down to the bolster support. If you'd like an extra stretch for the neck, you could take a deep breath in and exhale opposite cheek to your bolster. That's an extra stretch for your neck here. And if that's too much, we just go back on an exhale to where it was comfortable for us. 2.5 minutes here, or maybe longer if it feels good to stay. Come back to slow, deep breathing. Just keep concentrating on your breath. Maybe noticing where your mind's journeyed off to. And isn't that interesting? Don't worry if you end up falling asleep, you may need it. Nice deep breath in if you're ready. We think about gathering some energy on our inhale to be able to push up nice and slowly when you're ready. On an exhale. Good. Let us come back to center. Take a few rounds of breath in between. Beautiful work. So now we're going to come into a hip opener position. And if you don't have 4 blocks at home, because let's be realistic, not all of us have multiple blocks at home, instead of using blocks to support underneath our knees, we could use a strap. So it's a little bit of a setup with the strap, and I'll go through that with you. I just want to grab my extra 2 blocks as well. Show you both ways. So it's important too that the blocks are similar heights. They do make thicker blocks, and I'll show you. Don't mind my blocks being ripped up by puppy time and the children, but so here's a thicker block example. I think that might be 6 inches, I don't know, don't quote me. And then here's some thinner blocks as well. So just when you're using the blocks, just being mindful that you're choosing, if you're choosing 2 for underneath the knees, that they're similar heights. Doesn't mean you have to use them in the same way underneath both sides of the body, just helpful little tip for consistency. So again, either another 2 blocks here, or we'll use our strap. And the strap's really handy. So this may not work if we have a man's tie, however, unless you could figure out how to make it into a nice big circle for yourself. So with the yoga strap, we're gonna put it in one of the holes, out the other, so that it's a circle, but it's also a little bit adjustable, right? Okay. All right. So then when we get it into the holder, I don't know what the word is at the moment for this, sorry about that. You want to make sure that once you place it over your back, around the shoulders here, that the little adjuster thing, the strap to adjust rather, is close to one side of your body, okay? So we either have blocks or we have the strap. Careful not to have any folds or twists in that strap for comfort. And our adjuster is here by the side of our body, okay? So before I turn to face our bolster ramp, which I'm just realizing I turned down, we want to make sure we have our higher bolster ramp once again. So we'll take that block, turn it up to its higher height. The horizontal block can be a few inches in front. That floats your boat. And we'll place the bolster back onto our taller ramp here, okay? And just to show you, for illustration purposes, before I turn around, we're going to place our feet into our bound angle butterfly position pose. We're going to take our strap, which is already around the lower back, and we're going to, I need to adjust it already, place it also around the front of the feet. So a little lift up, strap can go right around, and it's kind of placed right around the front of the feet here, okay? So then, once I'm set up, obviously you can do this when your back is to your bolster. It'll be easier than moving around. And then once we're here and we're getting ready to lower back on our exhale, we have our adjustment here in case we need it to be a little bit tighter. Okay, so tightening it up a little bit allows for our legs to be held outward in our bound angle butterfly pose without us using our physical strength to get there. All right, so tighten it up if you need to. Okay. Nice. Take as much time as you need to adjust so it's nice and tight, holding the legs out to the side so you don't feel like you're using any physical energy. Or if we're using the block, those blocks. Once you come down onto your bolster ramp, placing these out to the side, blocks can go right underneath the knees. And actually, apparently you can do both if you have all this. This actually feels really good. So any way you feel comfortable in your bound angle, butterfly pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe hands on heart, maybe hand over belly. If elbows don't reach the earth, that's very important. So again, notice all parts of the body supported. There's no empty space, you can't see through any part of the body. All parts of the body supported, comfortable, and held. The beauty about a restorative practice is that it literally gives signals to our bodies that it's safe to relax, that it's safe to be held. And that starts a deeply healing, rejuvenating process from the inside of the body outward. The body realizes it doesn't need to be in a fight or flight or freeze state, and that it can go into an environment of rest and digest, which honors ease, acceptance, responsiveness, even joy. Notice where your mind's wandering off to. And isn't that interesting? And just a little pointer about hip openers. Oftentimes, when we relax into a hip opener, such as the one we're in, tears, physical, emotional tears, can begin to form and literally fall from our eyes. And just know that this is completely normal and natural, as the hips are the junk drawers of our body, holding on to undigested emotions, traumas. So even things that we think we are past and over, our hips may still be holding on to just a little bit of it. So know that if you're feeling a bit sad, uneasy, if older feelings are coming up for you in a hip opener, know it's completely normal and natural. And know even it's a little bit uncomfortable, it may be exactly what you need to continue to heal, to be your best self. Maybe extra weight to be released that you didn't even realize that you were carrying around with you. See if you can allow everything that's coming up for you to be all good, because it is all good. Good, and we're able to hold the restorative postures for so long because our body is supported. The weight of the body is supported with our prop. So we're not getting the feeling of, oh my gosh, I can't hold this position any longer. It's almost as if we don't want to leave the position once we're in it, which is also all good, right? You want to stay a little bit longer, invite yourself to stay, listen to your body. The body knows when it needs to heal itself. The challenge is to quiet the mind. Nice, so we're going to begin to come out of this posture only if you're ready. If not, no worries, just stay there. A little bit different of a process of releasing the pose if you have blocks versus strap. So if you have blocks, maybe you want to just on an exhale kind of send them out to the sides and then send the legs maybe straight down, or maybe you want the knees and legs to just come up first before lengthening them down long. If you have a strap, you're going to want to bring the hands to the mat, maybe elbows back a little bit. On an exhale, we'll give a little push kind of side to side through hands, arms, and elbows. Press ourselves up. You can bring the knees in a little bit. We're going to take the strap off of the body, bring it off to the side. Let the legs come down long. Maybe lean back into the bolster support if this is okay in your lower back. If not, just bend the knees. That'll help support your lower back. So maybe a little movement to the legs here, maybe a little bow. Nice, a nice deep breath in. Exhale, we'll bend the knees one at a time if they're not already there. On an exhale, let your knees fall to one side, your upper half your body follows. Press through your opposite hand and arm. Nice job. Exhale, we'll come to a brief seat. Take a few rounds of breath here. Awesome. So we're going to come into our Shavasana position. And we're going to do a restorative legs up the wall version. You can have a pillow close by. You can have a folded blanket close by, which I don't have at the moment. I don't want to go running away. Oh, actually I do, never mind. I'm gonna grab it. Yoga blanket can also come in handy here, folded well. This isn't a yoga blanket, but close enough. Fold it up here to about a square, or even a rectangle would do just fine. Okay? So we want our legs to come up onto our bolster and for the feet kind of be able to separate and relax, but without the legs feeling like they're falling off the bolster. So again, some people when they come with legs up onto the bolster, they are using their energy to hold the legs together so they don't fall off the bolster, and that's not what we want. So the blanket over the legs once we're down can help. If you don't have that blanket, the strap that we already have in the circle can come in handy. You can place those around your calves, and just tighten it a little bit. That also comes in handy, not so much that you can't really move. But pillow can be back at the other end of the mat, and this could be for head support if you need it, if the flat ground isn't comfortable for you, okay? So I'll show you two different ways. You can have this rectangle blanket or even the square over your bolster, okay? And you want to have it opened up enough so that it can kind of wrap around the legs if you don't have the strap. So either or, I guess you can do both too, but you don't really need both. Nice. So one hip up against your bolster. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. We can bring the legs up, or you can do it one at a time. Okay? Nice. So then we're going to exhale. Use those arms to walk yourselves back. All right. So maybe scooching up a little bit, sit bones closer to the high ramp. Good. And exhale. Forgot to mention, I'm going to press up. If you have the blanket, you're going to wrap it around your legs before coming down, okay? Because again, that gives us that sensation that the legs are kind of held there. Otherwise, when the feet and legs begin to relax, toes kind of move away from each other, the legs can feel as if they're falling off the bolster. Nice. So I really want you to just relax into this position. I want you to feel super comfortable here, maybe even another blanket if you have it, over the belly or over the whole body may feel nice. Arms could be outstretched. You can take up space with the arms, or maybe one hand over heart, one hand over belly. And just come back to focusing on your breath. Nice deep breaths in and out. slowly and gently to deepen your breath. And follow your breath deep inside. Notice where you journeyed off to during Shavasana. And isn't that interesting? Continue to deepen your breath. Maybe bring some movement into fingers and toes. On an exhale, slowly allow the feet maybe to come to the bolster or off to one side. Give a little roll to one side of the body. Exhale, press up. Slow like molasses, make your way to a comfortable seated position, mindful of good posture. Let us take Gyan Mudra, placing thumb and pointer finger together, rest of the three fingers relax. Palms face up to receive, or palms can face down to ground. I am whole, I am complete, just as I am. I have enough. I do enough. I am enough. Thank yourself for taking the time out of your very busy day to practice self-care. Deep breath in, exhale, hands to heart center, prayer position, Anjali Mudra. As you continue on your day, your week ahead, I wish you peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. The light and love inside of me sees, honors, and feels the light and love inside of you. Namaste.